You're gonna watch this video. This is the order. You're gonna watch this video. You're gonna go to your nearest store, Kindle, whatever, where you can find the book. You're gonna get the book. You're gonna read the book. You're gonna read it, annotate it, whatever you need to do. You're gonna come back to this video and you're gonna drop a comment about how you felt about that book. It's a conversation. We're gonna keep it going because this isn't the last of this book. What is up? What it is, YouTube? It is your hostess with the mostest back again with another video, because that's how we do it over here. Why do I feel like I'm not in the video? Like I said, it's your girl. We're back at it again with another video. So today I got a book review for y'all. You know, we've created the whole Talks with T. And so you know what? I think it's time we do a book review. You know, I fell in love with reading once again. You know, when I was younger, I used to read like 2 books in a day. And then it became a book every other month, a book every 4 months, no books at all. So, fell back in love with reading, and I love that for me, love that for me. Yes, I cut my hair is gone, no more locks. Had to cut it for some medical reasons, but you know, one day I'll go back down that path and get the locks again. But for now, this is what we working with. So yes. So you know, you're probably wondering, Tahlayah, why are you doing a book review? What book are we about to talk about? I already told you. I fell back in love with reading. I bought a Kindle for myself for my birthday. Yes, let's check out the Kindle. Let's look at the stickers. Come on, focus, camera. I tried. Anyways, you get the point. And so, because I read a book and I just flew through that book, I was like, this is a good book, can't put it down. Went to the doctor's office, was like, so you need to come on, I'm trying to read. Read it on my phone, read that bitch in 6 hours. I was not playing. It was so good. And so, yes, that's why I bought myself a Kindle, because I was like, reading on this here, it's okay, but it doesn't give. All right, reading on my iPad is big as shit. My iPad is like 13 inches. It's a 12.9. That's big. Who wants to walk around with a laptop walking around reading? I don't. We're not gonna talk about my physical books that are sitting on my shelf unread. Mind your business. We're gonna talk about this lovely book. Okay, can you see it? Can you see it? The glare is killing. Stop that. It's called Monday's Not Coming. Now, I got roped in, all right? I saw somebody talking about it on TikTok, and that's how your girl got roped in. It was a TikTok that said something like, when you think you know what's going on, and then they flipped the script, and I was like, hold on, what does that mean? All right? And before I continue, you're probably asking what kind of Kindle this is. This is a, I think this is the 11th generation Kindle Paperwhite, 8 GB with ad supported. You never know. I like the ad supported. It doesn't bother me. It's just like, and then also it's like, oh, what book is that? Let me go read what that description is, you know, type thing. I didn't get the 32 because I didn't think I would need a 32. I have Kindle Unlimited and I use Libby, so it's like I didn't think I would need that. And I still buy physical books. Like I said, we're not gonna talk about my unread library over there. But I didn't think I needed a 32. If that comes to be, then I'll know that next time I get a Kindle, I need to upgrade. But for now, we got the 8 gig Kindle Paperwhite. All right. Anyways, I saw that TikTok and then I was like, let me look it up on TikTok. So I looked it up and then I saw a couple other TikToks and I was like, oh, okay, like this seems to really be that, like this, that girl. And I'm like, so let me look into it. So I went and read the description. I was like, okay, I like this. And so I am a slut. Say it with me, a slut for an unreliable narrator. Oh my God, I don't know what it is about, you know what? I'm not gonna read myself for filth. But if you know where I was going with that, then we're here. But if not, don't worry about it. I'm not gonna explain it. I'm not gonna read myself for filth like that on camera. But I love a good unreliable narrator. It's just something about it that just ropes me in. Like, yes, you don't know who I am, and I don't always tell the story correct. I could be lying to you right now, but you don't know that. I love it. I love it. It gives, like, it, something about it. And then what I also love is a good book that's not in chronological order, baby. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It's like unreliable narrator, not chronological order. Just something about this pair is like magic. Okay, it's magic. And that's exactly what Monday's Not Coming is. When I tell you I was on a roller coaster, every page I was like, okay, so starting off the book, where the fuck is Monday? Like, girl, why didn't you come to school? Like, and then it's talking about some secret. What secret? And I'm like, Miss Girl, where are you? Like, it's the first day of school. I don't know too many people who miss the first day of school. And then she's talking about rumors and what happened last year. I'm trying to figure out what happened last year. So, like I said, it had me stuck. It had me in a chokehold. Every page, like, come on, Tahlayah, turn the page. Read the next one. You got this. Read the next one. Keep reading. When that TikTok, when I said that TikTok, when it said, you think you know something, and it flipped the script, baby, that's how I felt every time. I thought I knew something, and I was wrong. Dead wrong. And it was just, it gave. So, I would give this book a 5 out of 5. And let me tell you why. I'm about to open it because I want to make sure I give y'all the correct genre. I believe it's a YA book, novel. You know. Oh, if you want to read the book, is by Tiffany D. Jackson. She's a great author. She has other books of hers that I would love to read. This is categorized as a young adult fiction. And I just wanted to clarify that before I told y'all that, and I just lied to y'all. But that is what it is. And it's under, you know, mystery, thriller, and suspense. Anyways, like I said, I give this book a 5 out of 5. And let me tell you why. This is the first book I read to get back into reading, okay? And I feel like, because I feel like my allergies are kicking in and I'm trying to talk. Anyways, this was the first book this is the first book I read to get back into reading. And it just wrote me in, like, first page immediately, wrote me in. Like I said, I read this book in 6 hours. Like, it was just so good. Like, I cannot fathom how good this book was. Like, these chapter names, September, the before, the after, 1 year before the before. Like, these, even just the chapters alone, I was like, wait a minute, what does that even mean? I'm gonna read the opening statement to y'all to this book. The first chapter, September. It says, this is the story of how my best friend disappeared, how nobody noticed she was gone except me, and how nobody cared until they found her 1 year later. Please tell me that's not roping you in. Tell me it's not. Come on, tell me that's not roping you in. Cause if you say that, then you're lying. You're lying. Like, that's not true. It's giving mystery girl. Like, where is she? Like, what do you mean nobody cared that she was gone? How old are y'all? Don't nobody care that this person is gone? What do you mean no one? Until they found her? That's crazy. Like, no one. Where's the urgency? Where is the panic? Like, how you the only one that's panicking, darling? Like, I need to know. So, that alone, like I said, wrote me in. Every page, every chapter was put together so well. Like, the language she was using when she told this story, everything about it was just good. And a lot of the times you don't read books or see books by Black authors, so that was just one on its own. I'm a Black woman, like, that was enough for me. But seeing stories about Black children and stories of the lives that they live and learning about the things people go through when they're in the system and just all those things about what it's like to live in urban communities literally. Like, that's what it was. It was nice to see it. Granted, the story is a bit sad. Content warning, the story's a bit sad. But to hear about urban communities and young Black children, I didn't read those types of books growing up. Like, granted, it wasn't like schools gave us that. Like when I was younger, we had to do AR reading. And that was pretty much, we had to take this test, get told what reading level you at, read these books in that level, and take a test on the book and then get a grade for it. I don't know why the fuck they had us doing that, but they did. And these weren't the types of books that were there. Like, granted, don't get me wrong, I read some good books. Like, Divergent, that's my girl. Everybody's always a Hunger Games girl. That was not me. I'm sorry, babes. It wasn't. I was a Divergent girl all the way through and through. Like, Dauntless, I was ready to be Dauntless. Like, have me jump off a train. No. But anyways, like I said, that's not what I was introduced to when I was younger. So seeing something like this just had me roped in through and through. And I don't know about y'all, but it's just, like I said, the story was so put together. And even with the story being out of order, it was still so put together. There is, in my opinion, now don't get me wrong, I'm not a New York's bestseller or anything, but as somebody who loves English and has always loved English and reading, it's not easy to have a story flow and be good and it's not chronological. Like, it's not. And Tiffany, she did that. She did that all the way. And the story just delivered every time. Like, it roped you in. It kept you thinking, like, what's going on? And have you thinking, like, oh, I know what's going on. I know this is about to happen and that's about to happen and this is what happened to her. And you was completely wrong. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of the times I wasn't wrong. Because the freezer baby, that noise, it was ticking in my head. When I got to that part of the book, I was like, I hear the freezer myself. Like, why we keep talking about this freezer? I need to know what's going on with this freezer in her house. Like, the noise is in my head. Like, I'm sitting over here like, why do I hear a freezer? Why this buzzing? Constant buzzing. Like, oh. Roller coaster. I didn't give away anything when I just said that. I'm just saying, like, the use of words and centering you in on a scene really just stuck with you. I just can't express how good this book was. Like, I had a friend read it and she was even roped in. I read this book months ago. Now, granted, I'm just now doing a review, but that's been part of a whole revamp of YouTube and getting myself together. Sorry, y'all, my scalp is itching. It's airy in here. All types of things, but it took a while for me to make this review for a multitude of reasons. But I still think about this book to this day. I originally read it on my phone. I didn't have it on my Kindle. I didn't have a Kindle at the time. And I rented it. And I was like, bro, I rented it because I wasn't sure. Like, granted, yes, everybody loved it on TikTok. All the girlies loved it. That doesn't mean I would love it. So granted, not saying that it would have been a bad book. It's just like, maybe the story didn't resonate with me or it didn't. But no, I was drawn in first page. Completely debunked that theory about myself. But I was like, I wish I would have bought this. The whole time I was reading it, even though I had to return it to Libby, I was over there highlighting stuff and saving pages because I'm like, this means something. The use of these words, like, why are these words in this order? Why is it italicized? Like, I was going deep on this book, y'all, like, deep. And I loved it, every minute of it. And it was so good to learn about, like, mental health and trauma and, like I said, the system and Black children. Everything about this story was just phenomenal. Like, I don't always give books 5s out of 5s or get roped in that quickly or am on board like this, but this book did that. And that is why it was so easy for me to get roped back into reading, because I couldn't put it down. Like, my phone was glued to my hands. Like, if you saw me, my phone was in my hand. And I wasn't even on social media or anything. Like, I was ignoring text messages and calls for hours because I'm like, you're interrupting my reading time. I told you I was trying to read this book and you keep trying to talk to me. Why? Yes, if you love young adult fiction, if you love a good mystery, some suspense, if you're like me, where you don't like unreliable narrators or something that's not told in chronological order, baby, this is the book for you. And even if that's not your usual like story that you like to read, I highly, highly, highly suggest reading this because it was just that good. Like, it was really that good. some of the stuff I'm repeating because I just cannot express enough how good this book was. And you need to read it. Whether you get it on Libby, where you go on Amazon, Kindle. It's actually, you can get it on, for my Kindle babies out there, you can get it on Kindle Unlimited right now. So go ahead and do that. If you don't have Kindle Unlimited, you can get Libby. Libby is an app where you can download, let me rephrase. And not sponsored, by the way. I just love books. Libby is an app where you get your library card. You can do it for different counties and stuff like that. You get you got your library card, your digital library card, just as if you would go to the library. You're like, hey, I want this book. You either wait because somebody else got it out. Just like a library, they have multiple copies or sometimes one copies if it's a new release. You check it out. You have it for an allotted amount of time. Return it. Boom, bam. The good thing about Libby is you can either read it directly through the Libby app or you can send it to your Kindle app and read it through your Kindle because you know you're used to those settings or how you use your Kindle app and everything like that. Love Libby. Or you want the physical book, head to your nearest Barnes & Noble or go to Amazon and get you that book. Now, I'm not going to guarantee it's in Barnes & Noble because, you know, sometimes they have books, sometimes they don't. So now you know it's different. So you got to look. If not, go to Amazon. Why the paperback is so much more expensive than the hardcover, I don't know. But either way, love the book. Highly suggest. Those are ways you can get it if you want to read it because like I said, I highly suggest it. Even though I read it and I plan to reread it, I have it on my Kindle now, so can go do that whenever I want. I have a list of books that I want to read. Currently I have checked out. Now whether I get to actually reading them or not is the thing because, you know, well, school is out now. Woo woo. So hopefully I'll have some more time to read and not be like, ooh, girl, you should have did that assignment instead of reading that whole book. And it's like, maybe you was right. But anyways, I'm currently reading 56 Days. Baby, that's the only expression I have for you on this book. Because the way I've been through roller coasters and this book is stressing me out. This book also, unreliable narrator, and it's not told in chronological order. So you know I ate it up. But let me tell you why. So I bought subscription books from Book of the Month. If you never heard of that, it's a monthly subscription and you get books. These are either new releases or books that haven't been released yet. And they have a book of the month. You can pick out of the subject. There's like, there's thriller, there's romance, there's nonfiction, there's fiction, and some other categories, I believe. And you pick one of their books of the month. And then you could do add-ons where you could add another book that came out that's for that month, or you can go back to any of their other months and pick books. So I did that. I have about 5 books from Book of the Month. Yeah. If you want some new books, I highly suggest doing that. Now, that's where I saw 56 Days. I was picking my books, but they weren't coming out yet. Like I had already did my subscription for the month. And they were announcing the next month. And that's where I read the plot for 56 Days. And I was like, hold on, I like this. So here I am reading it. I also have Defy the Night in my queue because I've heard the girlies go bonkers over that. And then also I have King of Battle and Blood. Now my friend suggested I read this. And I can't wait to read it because she said it's some good plot and some world building, and you know my imagination loves that. But also, I heard there was some smut, and your girl, look, I'm a slut for smut. And then I also, Kindle Unlimited also had Legendborn. Now, don't bash me over the head, okay? But I've owned Legendborn for over a year. I have not read Legendborn yet. I even have like an exclusive Barnes & Noble copy. Have I read it yet? No, like I said, I didn't read it yet. Don't bash me over the head. I can explain myself. Just because I bought books doesn't mean I was reading. I told you it took me a while to get back into reading. And while I did buy those books during quarantine, I was in the middle of growing a tumor and dealing with high depression and anxiety. So I wasn't doing anything, let alone reading. So that is why it's taking me so long to read this book. And just a lot in school. It's just been so much. Now, they have it on Kindle Unlimited. Yes, I have the physical copy. But that book is so pretty. And I saw so many reviews about this book. That's why I bought it in the first place. Had a Barnes & Noble gift card. You know, people love to give me Barnes & Noble gift cards. I love it myself. Bought like $60 worth of books. Anyways, that was one of the books I got. It's so pretty. And I'm like, I can't mess this up. You know, being a college student, sometimes there's too much in your book bag. You got a heavy day, you got a long day, so you're not coming back to your apartment or your dorm for the people that live in dorms. So I don't want to mess up my book. I'm very much that girl who doesn't want to mess up their book. So I got it on Kindle because it was on Kindle Unlimited. I'm like, well, when I do have to be on the go and I feel like it's going to get messed up, I have it on my Kindle, just read it on my Kindle, da-da-da-da. That is what I'm in the process of doing. And who said I'm not going to reread it? Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to love it. That's why I got it. It's maps in here. It's characters. It's all this stuff. And I've heard so much about this book. How could I not? And it's about a black girl. Black girl. Come on. Come on. I cannot reiterate any more times how good Monday's Not Coming is. And how much you need to read that book. Because it's so good. So good. So very, very. Who doesn't love good plot? Good plot that's not in order. And the narrator's not the most there, you know? They tell you some things, but like, they're not really into the story. They're telling you, but it's like, okay, Miss Girl, so what happened next? And did she tell you something? And then there's something else the next day. Like, I don't know about y'all, but it's something about that. It's just, this is my first book review, so I hope you enjoyed it. And I did well giving a book review. I watch book reviews, but like I never did one myself. So hopefully this was good. There will be more book reviews in the future. Just because this is my first one don't mean that, and I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna be bad. No, I'm gonna keep doing them because I know someone's gonna like them. So you're gonna see this face talking about books. Yes. Monday's Not Coming. Put it in your brain. Put it in your membrane. Monday's Not Coming. By Tiffany D. Jackson. You need to not walk, not light jog, not sprint. I need you to hit a marathon run to your nearest Barnes & Noble, Target if they got it, Amazon, Libby, Kindle, and get the book. Because I want you to read it. There's no reason why you shouldn't read it, especially if you're a book baddie. Like, you should be reading this book. There should be more people to talk about this book with. Yes, I was late to the game. Everybody had already been reading it. But I'm pretty sure there's some babes that haven't read it yet. And they didn't even know about the book, so now you do. And so guess what? You're going to read it. You're going to come back to this video. And you're going to talk about it with me. After you read it, we're going to keep talking about it. Thank you for tuning in to my very first book review for, Talks with T. Who knows what the next episode is going to be? We're going to see. In the middle of a revamp, everything's going to be great. We're going to be great. And now I keep talking about how I keep going through revamps, but things keep happening in my life that I feel like it's necessary for a revamp. This time, I'm not playing no games. No, we're consistent, guys. We're consistent. You're getting new videos every week. We're on top of it. Like art videos, fashion videos, my brand, my podcast, Talks with T. Like, we're doing it. And I promise y'all, I'm going to be here. You have my word. You have my word. New videos every week. Not saying multiple times a week, but new videos every week. When it gets to the podcast, you may get an episode or two. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. Vlogs, all that good jazz. So, thank you, my lucky charms, for tuning in to today's video. I hope you got something from this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was entertaining. Like I always say, it's your hostess with the mostest, Tahlayah Monét. Gotta give the girlies the content they want. So, with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you're not, welcome to the fam. Welcome my new lucky charms. Share with your friends. I know you got some friends that read, or you just feel like they should subscribe. So I just say do that. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. And so it's been real, y'all. Love y'all, YouTube. Talk to y'all later.